I used to set my alarm for 5:30 every single morning. Rain, dark, freezing, didn't matter. I'd lace up those trainers and run for 45 minutes, 5 days a week. And every single week, my waist got thicker. Not thinner, thicker. And I couldn't work out why until I finally saw what was actually happening inside my cells. So here's what nobody told me. And honestly, it makes me a bit angry that I had to find this out myself. When you're in your 20s or 30s and you go for a long run, your body uses that cortisol spike to mobilize fat. It burns it as fuel. Brilliant. That's the system working exactly as it should. But after 45, something fundamental shifts, and it's not made subtle.
When your estrogen starts dropping, and I mean really dropping, not the little monthly dips you've always had, but the
sustained structural decline of perimenopause, your body loses the hormonal buffer that used to keep cortisol in check. So now every time you go out and hammer the pavement for 45 minutes, your adrenal glands are flooding your system with cortisol and without enough estradiol to regulate it. That cortisol doesn't just spike and fall like it used to, it stays elevated hour after hour. Sound familiar? That constant low-level anxiety, the waking at 3 o'clock in the morning with your heart pounding, the feeling like your nervous system is just buzzing all the time. I spent 2 years thinking I was developing an anxiety disorder. Turns out I was just overdosing on my own stress hormones every single morning on that running path. That's cortisol sitting in your bloodstream doing its job, which at this point in your life is telling every fat cell around your midsection to hold on tight and multiply. And not just any fat, visceral fat, the deep inflammatory kind that wraps around your organs and parks itself right here, right around your waist. I'd look in the mirror and think, I'm doing everything right. I'm eating well, I'm running everything morning. Why is my body betraying me? It wasn't betraying me. It was doing exactly what the biology demanded. And here's the part that really got me. The more cardio I did, the more cortisol I produced. The more cortisol I produced, the more visceral fat my body laid down. I was literally running myself fatter. 45 minutes on the road, 5 days a week, and my body was reading every single session as a stress emergency. If you saw my video on the 3 a.m. wake-ups and cortisol, you already know this hormone doesn't just affect your waistline. It hijacks your sleep, your mood, your mental clarity. What I'm telling you today is the other side of that exact coin, and I bet your GP never framed it quite like this. They probably said, just move more and eat less. But that advice was built for a hormonal profile. You simply don't have any more, and following it blindly is making things worse. The research is unambiguous, and I've got receipts. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that postmenopausal women doing prolonged moderate-intensity cardio showed significantly higher circulating cortisol levels and greater visceral fat deposits compared to women doing short-burst resistance training. Let that sit with you for a moment. So if pounding the treadmill isn't the answer after 45, what is? Right, this is where it gets good. 3 movements, no jumping, no equipment you need to order online, no gym membership, just you a pair of dumbbells. I'm using 4s today and about 12 minutes. These 3 exercises specifically target the cortisol visceral fat mechanism. They create enough mechanical stress to signal your muscles to grow and your bones to strengthen, but not so much systemic stress that your adrenals go into emergency mode. That's the sweet spot we're looking for, and I promise you, this is harder than it looks. First one, supported dumbbell row, left knee on the sofa, left hand down for support, back flat. Hold the dumbbell in your right hand and let it hang straight down, arm fully extended. Now here's what matters. Keep that elbow tight to your ribs. I mean glued. Think about dragging it straight back along your body, not flaring out to the side. That angle is everything. It's the difference between working your lats and just swinging your arm around. 3 seconds on the way. Up, 1, 2, 3. 1 second hold at the top. Squeeze those shoulder blades together like you're cracking a walnut between them. Then 3 seconds back down. Slow, controlled. Breathe in as you lower the weight. Push the air out as you pull up. That exhale is doing more than you think. It's bracing your core and keeping your intra-abdominal pressure steady. 8 reps on each side. If 8 feels easy, slow it down further. I promise you'll feel it. You should feel this deep between your shoulder blades. That's a satisfying warmth, not sharp. Never in the neck. If you feel it in your neck, your shoulders are creeping up, drop them and try again. Now this is the movement that completely changed my legs. Goblet squat to box. Stand in front of a sturdy dining chair. Hold 1 dumbbell vertically against your chest. Cup on the top end with both hands, elbows pointing straight down, tucked close, feet hip width apart, toes pointing just slightly. 4, slowly. 3, keep counting. 2, and 1, rest. On the way down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your bum just touches the seat. Don't sit, don't rest. Just tap, then drive back up through your heels for 2 seconds. Breathe in deeply on the way down. Exhale hard, I mean hard as you stand up. That breath is helping you brace your entire core. Remember the bone density basics I showed you in my skeleton video? This right here is exactly why I keep coming back to it. That slow, controlled load traveling through your hips, your knees, and your spine is the mechanical signal your bones need to pull calcium from your blood and lay it into the bone matrix. 10 reps. You should feel your thighs burning properly by rep 6 and your glutes firing hard by rep 8. If you don't feel your glutes engaging, push your knees slightly outward as you rise. That's the trick nobody teaches you. Last one. And honestly, this is the queen of all movements for visceral fat. Standing dumbbell deadlift. Stand with your feet hip width apart, a dumbbell in each hand, palms, facing your thighs. Now this is a hip hinge, not a squat. There's a crucial difference. Soft bend in the knees, they stay exactly where they are. Then push your hips straight back, like you're closing a car door with your backside. The dumbbells slide down your thighs. Keep them close, almost touching your legs the entire way down. 3 seconds down until you feel a deep, unmistakable stretch along the backs of your legs. Your hamstrings will tell you exactly when to stop. 1 second pause at the bottom, then squeeze your glutes hard like you mean it and drive your hips forward to stand tall. 2 seconds on the way up, exhale as you push up, inhale as you lower down. Here's what's happening inside your body right now. This hip hinge is activating your entire posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, lower back. These are the largest muscle groups you own, and when you load them under slow, deliberate tension like this, they become cortisol sinks. They absorb that excess cortisol flooding your system and convert what was a stress signal into a muscle-building, bone-strengthening signal instead. Isn't that wild? Same hormone, completely different outcome, just because of how you moved. 8 reps. You should feel your hamstrings stretching deeply on the way down, a real satisfying pull, and a powerful glute squeeze at the top. If you feel this in your lower back, you're bending at the spine instead. Of hinging at the hips, reset, stick your bum back further and try again. I stopped running 6 months ago and I need to be honest with you, it scared me. Running was my identity for almost a decade. It was the one thing I did that made me feel like I was still in control of my changing body. Giving it up felt like surrendering. But within 3 weeks of switching to these 3 movements just 3 times a week, 12 minutes each session, something shifted. My sleep improved. Not perfect, but noticeably better. I stopped waking at 3 o'clock in the morning with my heart hammering against my ribs. My jeans started fitting differently, not because the number on the scale dropped dramatically, but because what was underneath was reshaping. The puffiness around my waist started pulling inward. And the thing that surprised me most, my anxiety dropped. That constant low-level hum I'd been living with for 2 straight years, I didn't even realise how loud it was until it started to quiet down, like taking off noise for cancelling headphones you forgot you were wearing. Suddenly everything felt a bit clearer, a bit calmer, a bit more like myself again. If you're nodding right now, I need you to hear this. You are not lazy, you are not broken, you are not letting yourself go. Your body is responding exactly as it should to a hormonal environment that has fundamentally changed. The answer isn't to punish it with more stress. The answer is to learn its new language. And these 3 movements are the first words. Tell me you felt that too. That moment when you can realize the thing you thought was saving you was actually the thing holding you back. So here's what I want you to do. If anything in this video made you stop and think, that's me, that's exactly what I've been going through, save this video right now, come back to it on Monday morning when you're reaching for those running shoes. Try the 3 movements instead. Just once, give your body 12 minutes of something different and pay attention to how it responds. And if you want to go deeper into the science behind why your body is changing, right now, why the weight sits differently, why the sleep breaks, why the fog rolls in, subscribe and stay with me. We're building something here. A community of women who refuse to be dismissed, who demand receipts, and who are done being told it's just part of getting older. We're just getting started. Menopause is entirely inevitable. Your vibrant second half is a choice.